Hello there, and we are live. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another episode, people. Yeah, of the Prem Talk Show with Ola and Claude. See, yeah, people. See, yeah, Ola is one of my best people to actually work with because it's always joys and it's always healthy arguments whenever I have this show with him. But today, yeah, I get my Tony. Tony get to get some accolades today. After Ola came down here and told me and the good people around here that oh, we have nothing on Real Madrid. I just hope he's changed. I just hope he's changed that tone because that tone, yeah, right now has changed totally. I see my brother online the chart these days. He's talking with a very, very respectable tone. Before it was like they're gonna do all sort of nasty things to us. And then they come down here and we smash them up. Ola, I saw your celebration on the Gunners channel on the day. And that's the thing why I like your person. You don't pretend. As in, I could just really see that genuine happiness in you that your team is going forward. And that's what I want to see. But give me perspective into, of course, we will delve into the second leg. But I really want to get your perspective of what really happened in that first leg. Did you really, did you really felt like after that matchup, did you really felt like okay, the perspective through which I was looking at it, I was totally wrong about that. Like
Oh, we all were.
what were your final understanding about Real Madrid Arsenal at the Emirates before we go into the nitty gritty, which is tomorrow?
Mm. Is it tomorrow or Wednesday?
It's sorry, Wednesday. Sorry, today's Monday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, you had me
But
there for a
but
second.
tomorrow we get to know who we're playing. Tomorrow we get to know who we're playing because we got bro. That tie is done. But we'll talk all about that later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I just got confused there when you said tomorrow. My heart jumped a little bit. Like, hold on, I'm meant to be
Yeah.
working
No,
during
no,
that
no, no.
time. Like,
It's
well, what
Wednesday.
happened?
It's Wednesday.
All right, okay, fantastic. So going into the game, in itself, I gave us no chance.
Mm,
I've done a show with you, right? And shout out to BBK as well. Salute to the brother. I've done a show with you. You know what I mean?
mm,
I didn't give us any chance. A lot of our fans didn't give us any chance. Maybe some of the ultra positive guys, and shout out to those guys as well. They did. They saw a different way. People like Hooks, who were in the same group together. You know, halftime Hooks. Salute to
yeah,
Hooks.
shout out
You know,
Hooks. Yeah.
shout out to Hooks. Igal. So some of these guys, there are some guys that gave us a chance. I didn't see it like that, right? And that's number one. Just looking at the injuries that we had going into the game, there
Mm,
was gonna be Saka was like, Gabriel just got broke up. Like we missing players left, right, and center. Like we've been playing Merino up top, and I'm thinking, okay, even if Merino's
mhm.
doing something within the Premier League, I don't see a world where he goes out and start, and does something against Real Madrid. How wrong was I? And I'm happy to be wrong. You see, these are some of the very, very good cases where you are always happy to be wrong, especially if you didn't give us much of a chance in the first place. So I
Mm,
looked at that game and I said to myself, "Oh my days, this performance is the way we went at them." For me, in my opinion, we didn't show them any respect whatsoever in
yeah.
that first game,
Yeah.
and that almost worked in our favor because the Real Madrid turned up thinking they Real Madrid. They got Mbappe, they got Vinny, they got Rodrigo, they got Jude, they got Kamavinga, they got
Yeah.
all these big name players, Rudiger, you know what I mean?
All these big name players.
Thibaut Courtois, who's
Mm,
arguably probably man of the match for them, in my eyes, was
Yeah.
them, because he he kept the scoreline respectable. He kept the scoreline
Respectable. Yeah.
But for me, I just thought, the boys made us proud. We'll come to Rice and what he did in that game in a minute. But as an overall gameplay and what I was expecting and what I'd said prior, there is complete night and day. Arsenal completely surprised me, took me by storm. You saw how I was celebrating. It's a good surprise.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic surprise.
Ola was just shocked.
Hey, Tony, right? All we want is for our team to do well. All we want is for our team to be successful. All we want.
But Ola, it's good that you're saying this now. It's good that but you're saying it after the fact. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go into a big argument.
Hold on. No.
I mean, you're saying it after the fact.
Yes, we can.
You're saying it after the fact.
Yeah, so hold on. When you ask me for prediction and what I think, right? That's before the fact. I've not come here and claimed to you that I'm Nostradamus. Have I? Have I claimed that I'm not crystal ball? No. So it's a prediction.
That's my brother. So Ola, I know you're British, yeah, but I mean, you've just used African conny stuff, yeah, to just oh my days. This brother, oh my God. You see, no one can take the African away from you, my brother, man. No one can take the African away from you. I mean, just look at the swabbing, bro. This is top notch. I've not heard this in a long time. Aces. No one can cook me. Aces. No one can cook me. You know why? Because I see the perspectives clearly. Real Madrid isn't a big team this season. All these European teams are beatable. To be very sincere with you, these European teams can't play at this time. They're lacking something, mostly in Europe. So that's why I'm so sure that we could get at these European teams. Even Barcelona might get it. Inter Milan might get it. To be very sincere with you, Arsenal have been in PSG this season. We've been in Sporting Lisbon, away from home. Send the fans packing. Yeah, the German Invincibles smashed them up this season. And you know what? Yeah, Arsenal had it so easy to bruise past these European teams, and absolutely no one is actually reasoning in that way. Like, oh, against European teams, Arsenal is actually doing more better than in the Premiership.
Let me ask you this, Tony. Let me ask you this. Before the game, when you knew that we lost Gabriel, did you think we were going to go and play Real Madrid and get 3-0?
No, not 3-0, but I knew we weren't going to go and get smashed up.
No. I get it. But I'm peeling off the onions, bro. Calm down. Don't get defensive. Don't start getting defensive.
Oh my day. He's trying to flip the script. I know how to do that. I know how this goes, my brother. Man. Come on, man.
Calm down. Stay in the pocket of the conversation. Yeah. So when we lost Gabriel, nobody saw 3-0. When we lost Gabriel, nobody saw 3-0 coming. Right? Number 2. Did you expect Rice to deliver 2 free kicks like that when he's never done that in his life? In his whole career? Did you expect Rice to put two bad? Hold on.
That's massive disrespect.
No, hold on, Tony.
That's massive disrespect to. That's massive disrespect to Rice, who has won an European title.
Hold on. I'm just asking questions. This is black and white. This is yes or no. Did you expect Rice? Did you expect Rice to put them free kicks where he put even the set piece?
No. But it's part of the game. It's part of the modern game. It's part of the modern game. We could score through set pieces.
Tony, I'm getting somewhere. Yeah. So even the set piece coach didn't know what Rice was going to do, right? Even the set piece coach. Saka had to tell Rice, hey, if you feel it, take it. Yeah, because the set piece coach was telling Rice to do something. Because even he ain't seen Rice do that before. And he's there with Rice every day. Yeah, that's number 2. That's point number 2. Right? Point number 3. Merino's a DM. Oh, you say, okay, maybe he can just get lucky against Everton. He might do it against Norwich. He can do it against Brighton. He can do, but Real Madrid on a European stage. How do we do this? Where is this goal going to come from a striker we don't have? Oh yeah, did you see Merino scoring that type of goal? Forget the header, for that very specific goal that he scored on the first time. The way he had to twitch his body to get that shot off, and he left Thibaut Courtois rooted. Gave him no chance.
Yeah,
did you see that coming? All right, so I was holding my hands up the whole time. I did not see this coming. I didn't see any of this coming. I did not understand how we got here. But you know what? I'm happy we are here. Right? I have to hold my hands up. I did not see none of this coming. I didn't predict any of it. I didn't see it happening. I did not understand how these players pulled all of this off. And you know what? Got to give you a big shout out to Thomas Partey as well. The way he controlled that midfield. Like, if you went for the goals and everything, it could arguably have been one of a man of the match. Easily. It was that good on the day, right? Timber was brilliant. Saka did what he did some of the things that we expected Saka to do. Hopefully, we're going to see more this, in the week. He should have scored in the last game that we played in the Premier League. But having said all of those stuff, right? You now think to yourself, you know what? I did not see this coming. I did not understand that we had this in our locker. Like I was saying during the game, I need an inquest. I need the investigation as to why Odegaard been taking free kicks for 3 fucking years and not at no point we tried Rice. I said, you know what? Let Rice get on it for a minute. Let's see. Unless they see something in training, but they don't believe in it. But why did they believe in it in that game? Why that game? Why? Why did they believe in it in that game? Because no. Even when Rice was at West Ham, he didn't score no free kicks. He said it himself.
He didn't score. He's not a free kick guy.
Exactly.
Although he could take snapshots from outside the 18-yard box. It's in his wheelhouse to shoot long-range shots sometimes.
He said it's in the locker, but it's not something that he does. He's never really pulled it off in the match. And he's played 300 and something games, professional games. So none of us knew that he could do that, right? So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Rice. I was just saying, as a fan of the football club, I did not know that Rice had this. And now that I know, how many times have I been on your show, Tony, and say, give me a fucking specialist? Just get me a fucking free kick. How many times have you heard me say that?
You've said it. I won't lie. You've said it. You've said that one.
Bro, I'm begging for this type of stuff. I miss it because we don't score them. We don't score them, bro. You know what I mean? So I've asked so many times, you know what I need? Arsenal to go and get me a specialist. Somebody that can bang a 25-yard free kick from way outside the box and don't move a muscle. And then he did it the second time. And I'm thinking, hold on, where has this been this whole time? And we're allowing Odegaard to take all our free kicks when we got guys like this, within the ranks. I said, I want an investigation. I want some kind of inquest. But now that we've seen it, right? Okay, they say, all right, it was a freak. Rice doesn't do anything on open play. You look at the last game that we played against Brentford, that way of pass, that drive from our half, and to just give it to Partey, for Partey not to even take a touch and hit that first time. That's ridiculous football IQ from Rice, right? And these are things that I'm now These are things that I've now started to see.
But again, why hasn't Mikel Arteta really seen this thing? I mean, he plays. I mean, he's coaching these guys here week in, week out, he sees them. They're in training. I mean, they train together. Why hasn't he spotted this kind of? I mean, when there's some certain features in some players here that you train every day with, I mean, you see certain things in them that will, I mean, inform you. I mean, okay, this guy he might take, since he's already taking long range shots, this guy could be good in free kicks. I mean, you should have seen some patterns, yeah? I mean, written all over, you
Bro,
know,
his delivery on
but
corner kicks
it
is a
just
telltale
shocks me
sign.
the same way it shocks you that no one got it, that Declan Rice could actually bend it like Beckham.
I mean, nobody saw it coming, right? But the delivery on his corner kicks should have been some kind of, oh, maybe this guy's got something.
Exactly, that's some sign.
Because they decided to put him on fucking corner kicks, and he's taking some indirect free kicks for Arsenal as well, but nothing direct like that. He's putting in the box for other guys to, and which is where he's got some of his assists from as well. You know, over the last couple of years that we had him, so we know he can deliver quality. He has quality delivery about him, right? But what we haven't seen is direct delivery like that. I mean, that's as perfect, inch perfect, especially the second one. That's as inch perfect, bro, as you'll ever get it.
Yeah.
Inch perfect, right? And it's not the level of just the opposition. It's the keeper you're playing against as well. And the audacity to take that second one and do that is wild to me, right? And
it's wild. It's wild.
From that moment on, I don't know about you. I don't know about everybody that's listening. I don't know about the rest of the fan base.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on this one.
I never want to see Odegaard on another fucking free kick again, bro. I don't want to see Odegaard on another free kick. Rice should take the free kicks now. Yeah? There's going to be some hit and miss because they are free kicks. But more often than not, if you start to build the repertoire, it starts to bury. Bro, I've been starving for free kick for. Bro, do you remember when Payet was in the league? Do you know how many?
Payet.
Do you know how many free kicks that brother
in West Ham? In West Ham, he used to take it for West Ham.
He used to take it for West Ham all the time. Payet, Suarez,
and he banged in the goals.
Remember when Suarez scored 2 Suarez in the game?
Like, banging the goals too.
Bro, we ain't had one of those people that can just do that. Yeah,
that can just do that. And then we had Rice all through this season. It's been with us, and we can't use it. I mean, you made mention of our next topic already, Snottergaard. I mean, Ola, this is me. This is my personality. I don't really think things are entirely too good. I don't think things are entirely totally bad. But let's talk about the bad eggs in our team. Martin Snottergaard. I mean, we've been carrying this guy in this team throughout the season. I hear you when you say, not you in particular, but I hear the critics when they say, oh, but he's been injured this season. He came back, he hasn't, and the guy he used to work with wasn't there in Bukayo Saka. It's hard for him to get. What are these people talking about? What are these excuses? Odegaard again disappeared from that game in a big matchup against Real Madrid. Ola, give us perspective into this guy that Arsenal have been carrying over through this season. What is wrong with Odegaard? What is the problem?
The thing with Odegaard is this. For me, there's a lot of either pressure, and if you remember when we got knocked out by United in the FA Cup, and I said to you, this guy does not thrive under pressure. I said, this guy does not thrive under pressure. Some of the baddest captains that we've had at the club, pressure to them is like having conflicts in the morning, right? That's how they deal with pressure. This guy,
that's how they deal with it.
This guy sees pressure and it folds like a pack of cards. It folds, it goes missing. he disappears. Yeah, like
No
Aces is
metal,
saying right,
no back.
like Aces is saying right here, he's gonna go missing. And I said to myself, you know, throughout the years that we've been watching Arsenal, some of the captains that we've had come pass through the club, there's been some really good captains, and there's been some shit captains. Yeah. But the shit captains, because the armband way too heavy on them. Could we see if they took the armband off him and we start seeing a performance like we saw the year Xhaka left? Remember, everybody wanted Xhaka gone. I was one of them. He was wearing the armband. They took the armband away from him, and we had a whole different Xhaka. A whole different.
But again, I don't even really think there's any pressure that comes with the captaincy with Odegaard. The pressure is not even on him because he's not even a captain character.
This is what I'm trying to say, because it's out of character for him, right? Because it's out of character for him. That could be dulling down his game. That could just having that extra responsibility could be dulling his. I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm just trying to say maybe if we see him in a different setting, and if that doesn't happen, then I'm willing to cut my losses. Not that I haven't cut my losses already, but I'm just saying, is there a chance that we see what happened with Xhaka with him if you take all them responsibilities away? Because for me, Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice, they're very, very good candidates.
Yeah.
They're very, very
These are big candidates for that captaincy.
For them to wear the armband, right? So you can still take the armband away from him and keep him in the team, right? Because, bro, do you know how many games this guy has been hooked off since he signed for us as a captain? He rarely finishes a 90-minute game. Rarely finishes a 90-minute game. What kind of captain don't finish 90-minute game? You're supposed to be the first man on the pitch, the last man to come off the pitch. That's what your job is supposed to be as a captain. And he
has been subbed 63 times. 63 times in his career at Arsenal. 63 times, and even as a captain, more came in as a captain. That's disgraceful numbers.
That's crazy.
Shocking numbers.
And you're not getting hooked because you got injury. You get hooked because you either gassed.
No, he's getting hooked because he can't play. He slowed the tempo down. He can't run.
So,
and the amount of times, I mean, when we're looking at the mistakes we made against Real Madrid, where we gave them the chance to be on the ball, he gave the ball away.
BBK just put in the chat just
big up BBK.
He gets hooked off the pitch even when we need a goal, bro.
Oh my! Let that sink in. Please rewind that, bro. Oh my days!
He gets hooked off the pitch,
bro. When Ola starts shooting the facts,
Even when we need a goal, shout out to BBK for that one. Even when we need a goal,
BBK, big up to you, my guy. Go subscribe to BBK Sports, man.
This brother gets hooked off the pitch, blood. What's people telling me? And you're saying, oh yeah, but there's no responsibilities on captain like there is. And this guy folds. He folds every time.
I mean, no. See, Ola, this is the thing there. If we say that the pressure of the captaincy on Martin Odegaard is weighing him down, where has he shown captain stuff? Because I don't see him backing out orders in the pitch. I mean, I don't see any pressure. Bro, he's not a captain. He hasn't done captain stuff. The people I see leading the line are people like Magalhaes that needs to do the arrangement when we're taking set pieces. I see people like Declan Rice backing out orders sometimes. Gabriel Magalhaes backing out orders sometimes. Jorginho at times. I literally don't see Odegaard doing any of those stuff. So I'm now asking this deeper question. What is the captaincy all about with Odegaard that would actually weigh him down? What is he doing? Is it just the captaincy band just being with him? Because I don't see him doing captain stuff. I see other people in the team doing captain stuff, not him.
I'll tell you
So
what.
where is the pressure really coming from?
I'll tell you what captain stuff that I would have liked to see from him, and that don't require backing orders. It requires you passing the ball, first touch, second touch. It requires you when you're about to get in the next round of a cup competition and you're still within the 90 minutes and you're the captain of Arsenal Football Club and you step up to take a penalty, it requires you to put the ball in the back of the fucking net. Yeah? So you don't get knocked out. Yeah? Yeah? I still got the scars, Tony.
Yeah, sure.
I still got the scars, Tony.
Yeah, the scars. I get it, man.
There,
I get it. I get it.
So sometimes it's not about barking orders, bro. It's not about barking orders all the time. It's about leading by example. It's about dragging your team across the finish line. How can you drag your team across the finish line?
It's about letting your play do the talking. Yeah, sure.
How can you drag your team across the finish line if you get hooked after 60 minutes every fucking game? How? How can you get your team across the finish line if they're hooking you when we need a goal? How? That's not captain material. So I'm sorry. The whole barking orders and all of that, that's one facet of being a captain. There's many other ways to be a captain. Yeah, a respected one at that. Right? And the only reason he's still in this thing and everybody loves him is because he leads the press. He leads the press. Bro. Even when the armband got taken off for Xhaka, he was still leading the fucking press. That's why I said, what could happen if they take the armband off of him? Because if that's the only reason he's got the fucking armband, take it away from him and just let him go and lead the press as normal. Go and lead the press as normal. And then after 60 minutes, if we take you off, nobody's complaining because you're not the captain anymore.
But again, how would that affect the team per se? If they hack off that captaincy from him.
How did it affect the team when they took it off Xhaka? Everybody a professional. Just get on with the job. Get on with the job. The club is the star, bro. The club is the star. No one's bigger than the club. No one's bigger than the bloody club, man. The club, they take the armband off you. You're employee of the club, bro. You do your job. You do your job.
Do your job.
You get your wages. You get your wages. The club is sticking by you on their contract. You do your part. Yeah? Because I know the type of mercenary that you can be when the time is good for you to fuck off. Yeah?
So exactly.
You do your job, man.
Exactly. But Ola, if you receive a 30 million bid for Martin Odegaard, would he be on his way? Or would you say, you know what, I still need him for squad depth? What is your own perspective to that? If you see 60, 70 million for Martin Odegaard right now, are you going to sell or are you going to say, you know what, I will bring in another midfielder, but I need Martin Odegaard for squad depth?
This one.
Big up Miss Melina.
This one puts it. Hey, big up Miss Melina. Salute to Miss Melina.
Go subscribe to Miss Melina. Anyone who's watching this later on, Miss Melina, great Arsenal fan. She loves Arsenal, really. And of course, I've worked with her lots of times, and you know, very, very important and instrumental person to my, you know, to me being on YouTube too. You know, big up to Miss Melina. Yeah.
Yes. To answer your question, I'll take the money. I'll take the money, and that's not because
you take the money.
Yeah. I told you. Oh yeah, bro. I told you this. If the right offer came in for Saka, I'll sell him. I'm married to no players, bro.
No. Bukayo Saka, come on, man. No. Ola, no. Ola, I always agree with your takes, but this Saka one is wild.
Tony,
I know you're saying it. I know you just.
Tony, why are you saying it like I've just said? But why are you saying it like I've just said? Like, this is the first time you heard me say that. Like, why are you saying it like that? Like,
I know.
This is the first time you've heard me say this. I've said this plenty of times. Because even Saka himself is a mercenary, bro. Like, they're all fucking mercenaries. They are trained mercenaries at that. Trained ones. They're not just mercenaries of the corner street. These guys are trained and they have agents and managers and all of that to work for their interest. Yeah, in their best interest. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you know what, go and fuck Saka off. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if the right if the right price comes along and Saka wants to leave, I'd sell him. That's what I'm trying to say. Because every man's got their price. Every man has a price tag. Every man has a price that they are willing to leave one cause to join another. Every man has a price. Every single man. Every one of them professional players. So I'm not married to none of them. Yeah, you can see the dollar signs. Yeah, you see the dollar signs on there. All right. If the right money comes, the money in my hand, I'm taking it, blood. You know what I mean?
You're taking it. Miss Melina says Gabriel is the captain without the armband. And I do agree, because this guy is actually setting up our set pieces. He's the one backing our orders 1 or 2 times. Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing him all-round performance from Gabriel. He's the guy. He's the guy. Big up to Miss Melina for that one. And of course, BBK Sports, my brother. My brother. He says, Ola is like, bro, I've seen Thierry Henry leave our club. Saka. Oh, my days. Oh, no.
This is what I'm saying. The scars are still there.
No, I don't agree. No, I don't agree with this narrative, because some other Arsenal fans could turn this into something different, and then it becomes a different narrative altogether.
I'm not saying it for other people to turn into narrative or whatever. That's for them to decide. I'm just telling you how I feel based on my experience following this club and watching players all around the world do what they do. They leave. Bro, they live on their terms too. Yeah? Bro, come on. Look at all these academy players that we've got. They've all ended up at Manchester United. They don't want to sign with us no more.
Bro, that's true, bro.
Yeah? Right?
That's true. Aiden Heaven. I mean,
yeah?
Bro, it's true, man.
So,
like, Hutchinson. I mean, all these true and true Reds, yeah? All these true and true Arsenal goodies. All of them.
All these out. Kids, man. They all want to fuck off. So why shouldn't I take the right money after we've invested in them and made them who they are? Why shouldn't I take the right money for them? They'll take the right money.
Just before we go into this Real Madrid talk, I mean, when Bukayo Saka was injured, and this question is just coming at the right time before we get into this Real Madrid matchup. Just before Bukayo Saka came back from injury, Waneri was having a few days, a good time. You know, yeah, there were some matches where he had a little bit of inconsistency, but he was our go-to guy.
Yeah, that comes with territory.
Now, with Bukayo Saka now back, it comes with the territory that he would have to, you know, be a bit part player just a little bit. But again, do you really see that Mikel Arteta is actually fluffing his lines, keeping that guy on the bench when we have a Martin Odegaard who is really doing nothing and just a passenger in this team, and Waneri is down there just looking like an Oreo coming from the bench when he should be started. Do you have a problem with this guy going straight to the bench immediately because Zachary is back?
So what do you think, in your experience as a football fan, what do you think will happen?
No. I'm the radio guy. You are the answering machine.
Let me land the question, bro. Let me land the question. You didn't even let me land the question.
Yeah? I'm the radio guy. You're the answering machine.
Because you know what?
What are you saying?
You know what's coming, Tony? Yeah. What do you think would happen if Ethan starts to feel like I can't get past Saka and I'm just always on the bench? What do you think will happen?
Well, there'll be murmurings here and there about leaving the football club.
There you go. The thing for me is Waneri should not be seen as some kind of big part player. You know how good this kid is? Do you know how good this kid is? we did not really miss Saka like that. We did not miss Saka like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say, bro? We did not miss Saka like that. For me, I don't see Nwaneri as some bit part player, some bit part this. I see him as genuine competition for Saka, which is what I want.
Yeah.
I've been asking for that, bro. When I was talking about go and get me,
it's what we want. Yeah, it's what we want.
I don't want a bit part player, whatever it is that you said. I don't want one of them players. I want competition for the best players at the club. I want competition. I don't want players to just come and relieve them of. No, I want competition. Somebody that if Saka is playing, if Saka is pulling up the numbers that he was supposed to be pulling, and we get this next guy on the pitch, Saka's worrying about his position. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what breeds competition. That's how you get a complete squad. That because everybody's fighting for that same spot. But if people are already resigned to, oh, it don't matter what I do, next week I'm going to be on the bench anyways. Oh, it don't matter what I do, I could score a hat trick today. Next week I'm going to be back on the. I'm just a bit part player. That's why Trossard don't want to sign no more. Because it don't matter what he does. He'll end up back on the bench for Martinelli. That's always got his
no. But again, let's be very frank with Trossard. Trossard form has been shocking. I hear you, but again, Trossard form has been shocking. It's been horrible.
Shocking, though. You see, your recency bias is kicking your ass right now. You need to think back to when Trossard was doing good and he was still ending up back on the bench, bro. Yeah, I do all the watch-alongs. I see this guy, bro, and he will end up back on the bench. It don't matter how good he does. And Martinelli, with the head down, always fucking gets it starting.
Always, yeah. That's true.
It doesn't matter what Trossard does, right? And that's why he don't want to stay no more.
I agree.
And that's what I'm saying about Nwaneri. If it starts to happen long enough, he must start to feel like Trossard. And who can blame him? He's a mercenary after all, right? So my point is this. You've got to get people in to offer competition, proper competition. I don't want no big part player. I don't want none of that. Come and be a competition for the next best man in the team and try and take his spot. Yeah? And the Timber to feel like he's got competition with Ben White. I need Skelly to think, hey, listen, if I fuck about Calafiori could just come in and take my shit. I need all these players to be thinking that. Bring Zubimendi in and he tries to think, hold on, this guy is here. If I drop a stinker, I might not get my spot back because this guy is there. Yeah? Right? And if we bring in Gyökeres, I need him to think, hey, listen, if I don't put in the work, this next striker that they've brought on top of bringing me in, like an Osimhen, I'm just, for example, like an Osimhen or Sesko, they bring him on, is a problem. I might not get my spot back. That's because there's constant competition. Constant. And when you have constant competition, all that does is make you even want to maintain your spot even better, which means your performances level are going to go up, which means your results are going to go up, which means, the club is going to benefit from it, and the fans are going to love you for it. Like, what's there to lose? But we need to get to the point where we're doing that on a consistent basis.
Yeah. See, Ola, let's delve into this Real Madrid matchup second leg. I mean, shout out to everyone who's joined in. Mark, my guy. See here, people. Next week, me and Mark will continue in our show. We started this season, yeah. I mean, he's been very busy at work in Germany down there. Me too, I've been so busy. The same thing with Ola. Ola busy. Ola have been on Watch Along, the Ghana, of course, but if Ola tells you how his schedule is, guys, I've seen it with my eyes. If you guys see his schedule, oh my days, you guys won't talk like this, bro. It's not easy anywhere. We're just pushing these things, trying to, give you guys what you deserve, and at the same time, we're trying to put food on our tables, because we ain't thieves, we live real lives, so we have to we have to put food on the table, and all that good stuff. So me and Mark will be back next week. So check us out with that one while Ola continues to answer the question from the radio guy. Ola,
Tony,
what should Arsenal do?
Mm. Yeah, no, go on.
What should Arsenal do?
Mm-hmm.
What should Arsenal do to win against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu? I've just heard that their ultras have said that they're going to make life unbearable for Arsenal when they visit the Bernabeu. See, Ola, I have no doubt about the heritage that the Bernabeu comes with. In any Champions League, in fact, in any game, because when you're in the hallway of the Bernabeu, I mean, you've seen trophies, splattered everywhere, intimidating trophies, Champions Leagues everywhere, the World Club, everything, Copa del Rey, Spanish La Liga titles, brother, King's Cup, any kind of trophy you want to see in this world, it's down there at the Bernabeu. It's down there. It's an intimidating place. Do you think on this occasion that it's such a bigger situation than what Arsenal is going there for, which is to get into the semi-final of the Champions League? Is the occasion going to swallow them? Do you have trust that, we have 3 goals, we can go there and do our thing and scale through to the next round? Or give us perspectives undisturbed.
First of all, I think we need to go and get that that CD from Chelsea. You know that song? Give us the win, yo. Give us the win, yo. Give us the win. That song, we need that song at the Bernabeu. That's number 1, right? Because Lord knows we need to get through that tie in one piece, right? That's number 1. Number 2, Tony's laughing. This is not joking, bro. That's number 2.
Ola is shameless, man. You are shameless, bro.
Hey, you know me, Tony, man. You know me, bro. I'm as shameless as they come, right? We need to be composed, right? We can't let nothing rattle us. We can't play the occasion, bro. We just need to play the game. We cannot play the occasion. Nothing I've said so far has had anything to do with kicking the ball. Yeah, like you said, arriving at the stadium, seeing all the intimidating, nostalgia, memorabilia, and
even the fans, their fans,
right? The size
the
of the
noise,
club, shutting the roof down, just all of that. Yeah, soak it in as players, because that's what you worked so hard to get to, but you don't play the occasion. Yeah, don't let none of that fugazi get to you. Eyes on the prize, bruv. Eyes on the prize. That's one of the biggest things that we have to take. It's a mental thing, because at the end of the day, it's still 11 players against 11 players, right? It's still a referee. It's still a football in the middle of the park, and it's still a goalie versus goalie. Like, at the end of the day, when we look at the fundamentals of the thing, what we've got to do is, one, we've got to do the basics right. Yeah, the basics has to be spot on. Yeah. Number 2, we've got to earn the right to play, because if we don't earn the right to play, which means demand respect from the fucking Real Madrid players, not the fans. Forget the fans, but you've got to demand respect. Get the respect from the Real Madrid players, right? Then
so wait. So do you mean after Arsenal smacked up the European champions, they still don't respect us? Do you think so?
Yeah,
that will still not gain their respect. They don't look at us as a team that's lethal enough to disgrace them, even in the Bernabeu. On our perspectives again. They've shipped in goals at the Bernabeu this season.
You see the mistake.
I mean, I saw Real Sociedad put 4 past them at the Bernabeu this season. I've seen Real Betis do them dirty this season. I've seen Athletic Bilbao do them dirty acrimoniously, shockingly this season. I've seen Barcelona do them dirty home and away. I mean, no matter what perspective you look into this year, Real Madrid is poor defensively. They are going to suffer. So it's good and okay when you say, okay, they're going to score goals. Okay, they have a 3-pronged attack. Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham is going to be running things down there. Good and okay. But at the back, that's where the real problem is. They're leaking goals. You could say, yeah, they put 4 goals past Real Sociedad, you know, but they also conceded 4 goals. I mean, what respect do you want? Beating them 3-0 is enough respect.
Okay. So, in terms of respect that I was talking about, the mistake you're making, and you're making it already, which is we're allowed to make those mistakes. Our players aren't. Is the game starts at 0-0 again. Yeah, we know we got the 3 goals. But if you want to go there with the mind of, oh yeah, we're 3 up and I'm just gonna go and just do just go and play football and try and see the game out or whatever, then you're dead before you started. You've got to go in it like you was as hungry as you was in the last game. You got to go in it.
When was the last time Arsenal conceded more than 2 goals? When was the last time? Bro, you're looking into nearly 2 years.
That's besides.
Last time we did that was against Luton.
Bro, you're asking me about one game in isolation.
That's almost 2 years ago. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that. I mean, I've not seen any team put 3 goals past this Arsenal defense.
I'm trying to talk about one game in isolation, bro. So you ask me about what's going to happen on Wednesday? That's what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah, I'm not trying.
No, I know, but of course we diversified into other things. So I mean, yeah. So we have to tackle everything as we go.
Yeah, but so if you let me land, right, then we can tackle them other things. But I'm trying to answer the question of how we get through Wednesday. You asked me, how do we get through Wednesday? What do we need to do to get through Wednesday? And I'm saying to you,
to be fair, that's true.
That's the question you asked me. So that's the question I'm trying to answer.
Yeah, to be fair, that's true.
That number 1, let's get that song, give us the win. Let's get that in. Number 2, let's make sure, that we don't play the occasion, we play the game. Number 3, let's do the basics right. Number 4, let's earn the right to play, which means respect goes both ways, but you have to earn it. Yeah, you have to show them. You're not just going to go to them, give me respect. That's not how respect is earned on the football pitch. It's by your actions. It's by the movement. It's by not taking 7, 8, 9 touches. It's by moving the ball vim. It's by attacking the boxes. It's by being threatening, right? There's so many things that you can do in the first 10 minutes to get that respect from Real Madrid players. First 10 minutes. That's all you need. Yeah? It's just like in a fight game. You get the feeling of process, and then boom, one right hook or one check hook. Whoever wasn't respecting you before, if that shit lands, they're looking at you differently. And that's what I'm trying to say. That first shot on target is going to matter. That first shot on target that we have is going to matter. That's how you gain respect, bruv. You might not go in, you might hit the post, the keeper might save it, but they start looking at you differently and say, oh, okay, this lot ain't even worrying about they 3-0 up. They're coming in, it's 0-0. And we're not going to be bullied. We are not going to be bullied here. That's what I'm trying to talk about, bro. That's the way that I'm looking at it. That's how we have to approach it. So when you ask me, how do we get through that tie on Wednesday? These are the necessary steps that I believe we have to do in order to get through that tie and bring it home, to get ourselves in the next hat for the next fucking round of the Champions League. So for me, these are
okay. Do you think Madrid can put 3 past Arsenal? I mean, I've seen our defense play this season. I mean, we've tested our defense. Yeah, even when our defense was very complete this season with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. I've seen them play teams like PSG. I've seen them play fluent teams like the German Invincibles, Bayer Leverkusen. I've seen them play against a very, very dangerous Sporting Lisbon side. I've seen us play against Manchester City this season. And, and I didn't see any penetration. I didn't see any massacre. I didn't see, okay, bar Newcastle. But again, that's not even more than 2 goals. So do you think even with a makeshift defense that this Real Madrid side will find a way to outscore Arsenal and score, let's say, maybe 3 or 4 goals? They need 4 goals to be able to win us outright in that matchup in the Bernabeu. Can they score 4 past our defense?
They don't need to score 4. They only need 3. I don't know where you're getting 4 from. They don't need to score 4.
No, that's what I said, to win outrightly. That's what I said.
They only need 3 goals. And they get us in extra time. They get us to penalty shootout, which nobody knows, especially going by what I've seen us do this season at Manchester United. You think I'm going to trust this team to like,
yeah,
bro?
True.
Now I've got the stars like
that's what you can't.
Yeah, they don't need 4 goals, right? That's number 1. Number 2, if we do all of those things that I mentioned, yeah, Mark is taking my suggestion way out of context here, right? But I understand you. Yeah, respect for something that never wins.
He's a Manchester United fan, so he's purposely doing it. I mean, he's my guy.
I get Mark. Big up yourself, Mark. Yeah, but I see what you're saying, right? But at the same time, like Tony said, this don't already know what we're on. But what I'm trying to say is we can't go on and start trying to sit on the Kool-Aid of that last game. This is a whole new game. It's a new game. It's a new round. It's a new fight. It's a new whistle that's just blowing. It's a new ref. It's in a different environment. Everything's new. We can't sit on that Kool-Aid of the 3-0. Let's pack that to one side and let's go and deal with this situation. And whatever we muster from this situation, we can then add the 3-0 to it afterwards. But right now, it's a new game for me. It's a new game.
Ola, okay, good. Okay, I've heard people say all sort of words about this Bernabeu experience. Yeah, can't Arsenal go down there and just keep a low block, shut the place down, completely lock up the place, lock up shop?
For trouble, bro. You're asking for trouble,
bro. Pour in all our defensive experience we've gained this season and just lock up shop.
You're asking for trouble.
And say, okay, come get the goals. And if you come get the goals, your defense is also an open parade. We could also get 1 or 2 goals because they ship in goals, home and away.
Yeah, I just think going to sit back against Real Madrid at their ground, it's not logical. We have to pick our battles at the right times. We have to pick our battles at the right times. And this is what I'm trying to say. Going to sit back, it's not demanding respect from Real Madrid. That's showing you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not that's not you.
Yeah, you're inviting them. Yeah.
You're inviting them to come and punch. You invited them and putting a label on your forehead. I'm a punchback. Just attack. Attack. Like Manchester United used to do. Remember that, Mark? Yeah, under Van Gaal. Attack. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Yeah. You look at it and you say, you know what? The way that we need to approach this game is not, I'm not saying go toe to toe, but pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles wisely, and you gotta take your chances. You gotta take them chances. Them chances will come. Like you've been saying, Real Madrid's defense is shaky. The chances will come. Yeah. The quality of those chances, right? How we convert them, we gotta be clinical. We gotta be clinical because when we get those chances, we gotta make them count. And I know just hitting a shot on target within the first 10 minutes is really going to tell this team, Real Madrid team, what we're on, right? But if they start knocking on our door in that first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, and making Royal work, we're going to start twitching over there. We're going to start twitching.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we don't want.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important we don't sit back and invite trouble on, because eventually they'll score. And once they open the door, or once there's a look, I mean, people are still forgetting. And I know he's done well in the last couple of games, but we still got fucking Kivio in the fucking defense, bro. You know what I mean? And that still worries me. Everybody's forgetting about that part of things. That worries me in itself. But I think he's got enough blankets around him to look after him in the Skelly and Saliba, right? So I believe he's got enough blankets around him to make it work. But still, we can't then be passive with it. We need to get them on the attack, and we need to catch them. We need to be clinical when we get those chances. So for me,
when we get the chances,
like Matt saying,
see Ola, because we'll soon be closing out the show. Yeah, because we'll soon be closing out the show. Look at what the assembled said here. Everyone knows that the assembled always makes sense. I mean, just look at what he said. The problem Arsenal have is the tactics are going to be used, and will the players adapt quick enough to the pressure that the players will come under? So definitely, what tactics should Mikel Arteta employ? And again, you know they will come under pressure, whether you like it or not. You're in the Bernabeu. You would always face the pressure. But what tactic is the best one? Because I've just thrown out that tactic that, hey, why can't we just soak up the pressure just a little bit for the first 10, 15 minutes and say, hey, is that what you've got? And then hit them on the counter-attack.
Really and truly,
if we go and play open game with them, they could cut us open. But again, what is the best tactic that we could use against them without us bowing and crumbling under the pressure?
Mid block, bro. We're gonna have to work our asses off in the middle of the park. I think that's where the game is gonna be won.
We don't have Thomas Partey, so that's where we have a problem.
We don't know that yet.
Thomas Partey is injured.
No. From what I've heard, there's a good chance he's gonna play. That's from what I've heard. Right?
Are you sure?
No, I said from again. Hey, listen, I ain't no I don't know nobody at the club. I'm just saying the things that I've heard, right? The things that I've heard, there's a very good likelihood, especially with Jorginho. Even if Partey have to take injection or whatever, I think he's gonna play, right? But for me, the battle in the middle of the park is where this game is going to be won and lost. Because if we can stifle the supply of the ball to Mbappe, to Vini, to their strong guys, if we can stifle that supply to them and use it against them, get them running back. Because one thing that I did notice in the last game, Rodrigo and Mbappe don't like defending. And the way that Saka and Martinelli like pushing them back, they're isolating their fullbacks, right? So if we're able to stifle that ball and get it to our wingers and get Mbappe and Rodrigo, just force them to try and defend. And the less they do it, the more tired the fullback is going to be, right?
Exactly.
And when that happens, it's either they get Jude to go and help Alaba, or they try and get Modric,
like he was doing in the last game. He was doing lots of defensive work.
Then that leaves the space in the middle of the park, which is where Saka was drifting into when he got fouled, right? That's the space they're leaving behind when they're starting to double up, because the forwards in Rodrigo and Mbappe won't come back and try and defend, right? So for me, that's the tactics. We got to run that, but we got to be clinical with it. We can't unforced errors for me in this game is going to be a criminal offense. We can't be giving balls away like we did in the last game that we're watching the Premier League here against Brentford, right?
Okay, are we gonna put Martin Odegaard in this game? Because he has been a passenger. Do we carry a passenger and play him?
At this point, you don't drop your captain
at the Bernabeu.
not in the game, not in a game like this, unless he's injured. Like you don't drop him. What I will say though, what I will say is don't leave him on long enough if we're needing a different game state. The manager needs to be brave that if this game that I'm watching now requires a different game state, a different player that can give us something different, don't be afraid to hook Odegaard off. And in recent times, we've seen it. He's done it when it's necessary, right? But I think, you know, this time around, we can't fuck about with that. We need to be able to get players off the pitch. We need to be able to be clinical, and we can't be giving cheap balls away during, you know, when we're trying to put our passes
away.
together.
Yeah, cheap balls away. And Martin Odegaard is the chief culprit of that. He's always losing the balls in the final third, losing the balls in the bro,
and it takes too long to pass the ball.
Places. I mean, he just loses his head, loses the ball, and he's slow to actually go get back the ball. Very, very slow. We have to depend on other, you know, on other breakers like Declan Rice and Thomas Partey to do the mop-up job. And, you know, I mean, he's just a passenger in this team. And it really hurts me, Ola. Ola, your prediction for this matchup? Now, think carefully. I mean, you don't have to make a spectacle of yourself. You can keep it respectful. I mean, I'm not saying you should embarrass yourself or something. I'm just saying, just do the needful.
Yeah, you can see by the way that I've spoken about this game that's going to happen in Madrid. I'm not counting my chickens by any fucking stretch of the imagination. I've packed that 3-0 to the side. That's not even in my mindset right now. It's a 0-0 game to me, and that's how I'm looking to approach this game. And for me, I'm gonna say 1-1 Arsenal, maybe at a push, maybe 2-1 Madrid, 1-1 Arsenal, maybe 2-1 Madrid at a push. But enough to get us over the side. I think we'll score one over there, though. Which will make it very, very difficult for them. I do think
very difficult for them.
Yeah.
Do you see any penalties? On the day? I see a penalty being given to them, and I see a red card being given to an Arsenal player.
What? Without penalty before the 90 minutes is done?
I don't know. I just see a red card.
So red card and penalty.
I see a penalty and I see a red card.
That's good. That's going to come down to our discipline. Which is again an unforced error, because these are the things that I'm talking about when I say unforced errors. Don't give them any opportunities. Let's stifle. Let's keep them out of our box. And the best way to do that is to make sure that the ball gets caught out at the right places and turn a quick turnover on them. Get them running back. Get them facing their goal. Let them worry about what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we need to be doing. We can't be worrying about them too much. That's where we need to gain that respect. But, you know, I see Mark saying 5-1. I mean, I've been there in Europe. I've seen 5-1 in Europe before. Against Bayern. So, I mean, the PTSD is real. Until our club goes on and really achieve what we're supposed to achieve, which is a medal. We're gonna get clown like this, bro. We're gonna get comments like this, bro. I don't blame Mark.
We're gonna get.
This is the legacy that we left in the streets.
Laughing at us like this and taking the piss.
This is the legacy we left in the streets. This is the legacy we left in the streets, man. I don't blame Mark. You know,
exactly.
You know, I've seen 5-1 in Europe, bro. Yeah, the scars are there. It hurts, bro. It hurts. I've seen it. I've been through it.
Ola, thanks. Ola, you've defended yourself properly, and this is why I respect your person. I mean, you know, you didn't have to, you know, I mean, you just did it effortlessly. Yeah. I mean, I knew in the first round, I mean, in the first leg, you know, I knew you didn't really fancy Arsenal winning, but I mean, you've come down here, you've given a great account of yourself and your thoughts about it. You've given us footnotes about what might happen in the second leg. So let's just see what happened. Let's see. So did Oregon gonna give me good perspective into what he thinks about this upcoming matchup tomorrow. I mean, you two are legends to me in this space, and shout out to two of you. Ola, what do you have coming up down
Yeah,
there
man.
in the 5 week show? Ola,
Oh, bro.
April 26th. I wanna be on your channel when Conor Ben lock horns with Chris Eubank. I wanna be there. I wanna watch that matchup. It's gonna be a great matchup. I would likely be there with you to talk about that game because I mean these are the nights, yeah, that lights up the 5 week show, and I would like to be there.
No, for real. That's a good fight that's coming up. But we've just had UFC 314 just happen. Volkanovski's just regained his undisputed title, his featherweight undisputed title. So congratulations to Volkanovski on that. We've got two fighters that's going to be joining us, two professional fighters that's going to be joining us on Thursday, because we've got to watch along for the Real Madrid game on Ligona's channel on Wednesday, and I'm going to be doing
Yeah.
an recap tomorrow. So pull up on the 5 week show this Thursday, 9 o'clock UK time. If you haven't subscribed to the 5 week show, Mark and every other all of the new guys that I see in the chat, if you haven't subscribed to the 5 week show, please make sure you go over there, go show some love. We talk about combat sports over there, and that's what we really do. As you can see in the background, we love combat sports, man, and that's my other passion. You know what I mean? So when I'm not talking about football, I'm talking about people kicking their kicking their heads and
Guys, that's his main stuff, man. I mean, that's his main stuff.
I
When
love
you
that
see a
stuff.
lot talking about the UFC and the
love
fight
that
game,
stuff,
I mean, it's pure magic on ice. See here, people. I can't wait for that matchup with Conor Ben
Thank you, Mark.
and Chris Eubank Jr. I'm waiting for that matchup on 26th. Hopefully, Ola invites me to that show on the day. I voluntarily come down there and talk. There's also another boxing matchup that should be coming up later on in the year. I think Derek Chisora has been mandated. No, Dubois has been mandated to fight for the IBF title with Derek Chisora. Who do you have on that one?
I mean, it's always going to be Dubois for me. Dubois is a young, hungry lion that's just coming in. You know, I mean, he's been excellent, and I remember back then when Anthony Joshua was just preparing for Deontay Wilder, and he had to go and get Danny Dubois to help with the power replication.
To help, yeah. And Dubois punched him up, man.
And Dubois punched him a bit, battered him
Punched him up, touched him a little bit.
we could see why Dubois was so confident when they fought in real life, when it really counted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AJ tried to intimidate him. AJ tried to intimidate him, and Dubois like, nope, dog. I seen you inspiring, bro. I see you inspiring, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't embarrass yourself, bro.
Don't do that, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
We all know what happened. We all saw what happened. So
yeah, man. See ya, people. I just give you a perspective into. I mean, it doesn't not really boxing all the time, but combat sports, UFC. I mean, I just gave you a perspective into what comes out from Ola when he is, when he's on that realm talking about combat sports. Go subscribe to the 5 week show. And from me and my brother, Ola, we are out.